Modern national security relies on a digital perimeter. It functions as an invisible wall designed to keep external threats out of critical infrastructure, securing everything from hospitals and power grids to sensitive government databases. This diagram illustrates the scale of that defense system in the UK. A cybersecurity giant named Fortinet supplies the hardware for this perimeter, deploying over 80,000 individual firewall nodes across the country. Right now, a sophisticated cyber attack is penetrating those defenses. Security researchers call it FortiBleed. When a firewall is breached in this way, the system is tricked into handing over the exact emails and passwords it was built to protect, granting the attackers legitimate-looking access to the network. Among the first victims were overseas staff working for the UK's Foreign Office. A leaked list of compromised accounts reveals that IT personnel stationed at British embassies in Mauritius and Thailand had their login details stolen. The exposure spread domestically, sweeping up the network credentials of local government officials from Derbyshire to Waltham Forest in East London. Using these paired emails and passwords turns a trusted identity into a weapon. Hackers can use these credentials to log into sensitive Whitehall systems silently, completely bypassing external alarms, because to the network, they look like authorized employees. The initial breach relies on a brute force attack. By exploiting a known vulnerability in the Fortinet system, attackers use automated software to repeatedly guess passwords and hammer the digital barrier until it cracks open. In the second phase of FortiBleed, the malicious software turns that compromised firewall into an active collection hub. These hubs sit inside the compromised network. Whenever valid users log in, the hub intercepts and harvests their data, creating a continuous stream of stolen intelligence. When cybersecurity experts analyzed the underlying code directing this harvesting operation, they found it was written in Russian. The software repurposed the UK's own defense infrastructure into a functional, ongoing surveillance apparatus. These harvested government credentials appear for sale on dark web forums. One specific operator, using the handle SantaAd, is currently auctioning off uninhibited access to these compromised networks to the highest bidder. The asking price reaches as much as $60,000. This highlights the economic reality of modern cybercrime. These hackers act as initial access brokers. They maximize their profit by quietly stealing login credentials and selling them to other criminals, who then execute the final attacks. The buyers of these logins look for high-value targets, placing critical national infrastructure like energy providers, medicine suppliers, and the NHS directly in the blast radius. We already know the consequences of healthcare hacks. In June of 2024, a cyber attack on the pathology firm Synovis crippled hospital IT systems, leading to the cancellation of over 1,000 operations and 2,000 patient appointments. Cybersecurity experts warn that the FortiBleed breach is a precursor to catastrophic ransomware attacks, where hackers lock down hospital networks until a ransom is paid, directly threatening patient safety. The UK's Communications Intelligence Agency, GCHQ, has warned that these cybercriminals enjoy safe harbor in Russia, operating with impunity to disrupt British targets. The Kremlin effectively outsources its geopolitical disruption to these groups, nurturing non-state actors as long as they avoid crossing Moscow's diplomatic red lines. In response, the National Cybersecurity Center instructed all organizations to immediately audit their digital networks. IT departments are moving to isolate any breached Fortinet devices and reset all default or reused passwords before the attackers can move deeper into the systems. The FortiBleed attack is an active threat. The window to secure the perimeter before a data breach turns into a national ransomware strike is rapidly closing.